Last Oasis is a brutal sandbox survival game. You can spend quite literally hours scrounging up enough materials for a ship, only to have a clan quite literally fly out of the sky, clap you out of respawns, and spam fire arrows into your ship until it starts to resemble a Christmas tree. After a few hopeless attempts at saving your ship, you see them posing for a screenshot, ready to post into a cringe Discord salt channel. Should I quit, you ask yourself? Well, the answer is no. Today I'm here to show you how quick you can in fact rebuild and continue on your nomadic survival journey.
Меня это большой русский босс. Кто-то скажет, я пройду.
Okay, so for rebuilding, you are going to want to pick pretty much any medium map, as at the start of the game only medium maps will be available. And for what we are doing, namely building a spider or a dinghy walker, we will require cactus fruit for the vision powder. Now you can either spawn in desert or at trade station, it does not matter too much. I am just going to spawn in the desert for the sake of the video. And we are immediately going to want to be grabbing absolutely anything we can lay our hands on. So the aim here would be to just gather up some basic resources, get ourselves a beat stick, and if we are lucky, a sand bed. I will say you should be grabbing any stones you find as you go along, as we will require them for our walkers, and basic tools before bone. As you are gathering, start heading towards a Rupu camp, as this is where you're going to be getting most of your resources from. You should also try and head into the clusters, as I like to say, the nodes, as there is a higher frequency of denser Rupu camps rather than these small ones you find on the outskirts, although these will work as well. Like I always say, I definitely advise playing this game with some friends. Therefore, any process, including this, will increase in time exponentially. I mean, if you have 3 to 4 guys, you can get a dinghy up in minutes. A full kitted dinghy may take you about half an hour to an hour, if you are devoted. So, we can grab ourselves a beat stick here, and if we are worried about dying, we can also go ahead and place down a sand bed. Now, I will say that this video is assuming you have unlocked the basics, although I will not be using any high cost or fancy research. So, fighting Rupus is fairly straightforward. I know some people may not be able to block as well as me, but that's okay. You have your sand bed there, so if you die, you can just respawn and try again. This also gives you time to warm up and train your PvP skills, as honestly, some of the Rupu's attacks, like that one, are a lot faster than what a player can perform. Therefore, it will improve your reaction time drastically. So we just got very lucky here on the Rawbone hand axe drop. That will not happen all the time, and is actually going to give us an insane boost as far as the resources go. So we do not really want to be gathering that Rupu vine right now until we have ourselves a sickle, which I believe we can make. If you did not know, you can sickle Rupu vine and get drastically more. You see that I got 45 Rupu vine from one swing. You can also do it to fiber, obviously, to gather way more fiber. You can see just from that one Rupu camp and the fiber, we already have a nice sum of resources. Now what you could do is build a firefly for easier travel, storing resources and so on. However, I'm just going to rush straight to a spider. Ultimately, you are probably going to want to get yourself a dinghy or a mollusk. I mean, it's completely up to you, personal preference. But I would say a spider is a safe bet. So right now I'm just going to grab up some aloe, grab up some bone, and then we will head inland to where the Rupu camps and large cactus trees are waiting for us. Okay, so I've moved just over the hill and now we are more central. As I said, there are way more ruby camps to farm and we have found ourselves some nice cactus fruit. So we are going to grab ourselves this cactus fruit so that we can begin crafting our vision powder, as we will need that to make any of our walkers. At this point, I would definitely advise to put down maybe a campfire and some basic crafting stations. Also, I'd like to say that although I am going to be building a spider, just by looking at the research tree, you can pretty much get any walker you want. If you're going for some safety, you can get the new Balang walker. Is a very good walker and you can unpack and make a little base. This is definitely the walker I would be starting out with if I was fresh. Spider is evidently the cheapest and I can basically build it right now, and that is what I'll be going for, as I think it's just a great walker in general and you can pump them out all day long. We could also build ourselves a dinghy if we really wanted to. Pickaxes not too hard to craft and we would just need a little bit more wood and we have a full-fledged dinghy. Also, a mollusk is obviously a viable option and offers a bit more safety if you're not confident in your PvP skill. Another thing, if I actually had the walker pack unlocked, I could build a mollusk and put my spider on it. Or pack the Balang into a mollusk or dinghy. There's many options here. Anyways, let's grab ourselves up some more of this cactus fruit, get down a campfire and some workstations and craft ourselves our spider. Using what we had in our inventory, we managed to place down the following stations. I then just went around and grabbed a tiny bit more wood and fiber, just so that we have a bit more to work with. It only took me like 20 seconds. So here we're stomping up the aloe that we got earlier. We should actually craft some makeshift bottles in advance. We could have also got some improvised bottles if we just kill a FMK. You're going to want some rope, and you are also going to want some wood shaft. Let's also begin cooking our vision powder. So now that is all cooking, we just have to wait for the vision powder to go through and we can put down our spider. So now with our potion popped, we can go ahead and build our walker. And we can see on the right we need some fiber, some wood and some stone. So in fact I do not have enough stone. This will probably happen a lot. You'll realize you don't have what you need, but as I said before, a pickaxe is fairly easy to craft and will net you quite a lot of stone in not a lot of time. So let's just run up to this rock real quick and gather any stone that we may need. As I said at the start of the video, you are just going to be wanting to grab up absolutely anything you can, whenever you can, because you will need it at some point this early on in the game. That should be enough. Again, just when you have the chance, just hit a bush or two, it never hurts. But let's go ahead and finish off our walker. And of course, we don't have wood. Okay, after going and hitting a couple trees, we can finally finish building the damn thing. Now, I would always advise to get the armored legs. Make sure you do not dismantle the Nomad Spider Walker itself when you are doing this. Again, if you do not know how to do this, B, disassembling mode, and you can take off the legs and replace them with armored legs once you have researched them in the tech tree. Armored legs just stop people from breaking the legs using their bare fists. Now as for internals, hopefully you've researched the tier 2s, although the tier 1s are sufficient. Although due to the bone we gathered earlier, we could actually get pretty much full tier 2 upgrades. As you can see, we just need a bit of fiber, a few rupee pelts and fiber, and again just a bit more fiber there. So I'll tell you what, I'm going to go hit a few rupee camps and I will be back for our upgrades. Okay, so from just one of the large camps and 2 small camps, I managed to get this inventory here from nothing. As you can see, they are quite rewarding material-wise. So we're going to grab up the bones and some of the wood we got from earlier and see what we can upgrade with our walker. Obviously there you can see we did not achieve enough roof pout. Although, if we're lucky, while that's upgrading, we might be able to kill this boy here. Unlucky. But yeah, just a few more rupus and you will have that water done and dusted. So I'm going to go ahead and upgrade all of these, and actually while our vision powder is still in effect, I'm going to place down a dinghy. Because I do believe we can build both walkers and use this dinghy walker as a potential bank walker or just general use if we want to use it later on. I also built a medium chest using some of the bone, as that is one of the things we are going to pack into our spider, as of course you can have 3 slots. I would advise a chest, a stomping station, and then either a second chest or a ballista for doing fragments and other things. You could also take the campfire instead of the stomping station if you wish to do so. Obviously we're going to have to leave behind our crafting stations, which is the sacrifice for the spider, and one of the reasons why we are also going to be building our dinghy. Now with our full tier 2 spider, we are going to finish filling up our water. Remember not to alt click from the stomper, otherwise it will put the water on the ground. And with a full tier 2 upgrade, you will be able to hold 80 water, I say as someone gets shot outside my house. Anyways, 80 water will net you 4 respawns, as you can see on the right, without any modules, as it is 20 water per respawn. Also, do not forget to select your spawn point with the most recent update, otherwise you will not be able to spawn on your walker. Now, with the spare wood shaft, bone splinter and fiber weave we're going to go ahead and make some raw bone hand axes. You can make as many as you want. I'm just going to use up all my bone. Not the smartest idea, but I like to have weapons ready for if I get ganked. Obviously 4 or 5 would have sufficed, as I only have 4 respawns. Then with our fiber weave, you could make some shirts and trousers for defense, but I'm going to wait until I can get some baskwood or rupu. I'm instead going to go ahead and make some bandages, so that if we get ganked, we have something to heal with. And of course I can throw some shirts in there as well, grab a bit of fiber, and if we really want, we can make some head wraps. Like I said, it's up to you, but you should always focus your defenses first for if you get attacked. As I said earlier, we're going to go ahead and build our dinghy over here, because we might as well as a bank walker. I see no reason not to, and we have the spare resources that allows us to do so. Okay, finally we have our dinghy up, only with 1 wing, so I'm a cheap bastard and it can move with 1 wing. Plus, I'm only going to use it as a bank walker. So let's go ahead and throw our stations onto the dinghy. I'm not really fussed where these go. It's not going to let me place them, is it? Anything that we are not bringing with us should go on top, so that we can sort it out and use it later. This is going to be our bank walker, and we can use that later on. So as far as I'm concerned, this tier 2 spider, you can upgrade mobility whatever you want. It has kits, it has water, it has bandages, and you have a chest, a stomping station, and as I said earlier, you can either get a ballista or a second chest, and that is enough for you to go around, farm, maybe find a few fights, and just get some gear up before eventually going back to the L zone, taking out your dinghy, and snowballing from there. Anyways, that is enough from me. I hope that just demonstrated how quick and easy the startup of this game actually can be. And this is solo. Remember, with more people, it's evidently going to be faster. I hope you enjoyed. I've noticed recently that there is sort of a drought in Last Oasis content. Obviously, I do stream a lot over at twitch.tv/BenJMinotaur. However, I think it's good to put some videos like this out there. If there's anything you would like to see or any ideas, concepts that you would like to be cleared up, put it down in the comments and I will probably get around to it, as I plan to put many of these videos in large quantities. Maybe not so much quality, as it will take a lot of time, and this game is ever changing, so there's always new stuff to talk about. But if you like the style and the format, give me some feedback and we'll see how it goes. Anyways boys, as always, have a good one and I will catch you next time. In a bit.